Hey, good morning, good evening, and welcome to the live stream live from the MSC Seashore. We're someplace, I'd say we're halfway from Grand Cayman to Cozumel. Of course, we went past Grand Cayman today. We didn't get to go in there as was previously planned. That was canceled out a long time ago, though. But anyway, we're going into Cozumel tomorrow. And if those of you that are out there in the world, I'm going to do my regular show at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And following the show, I'm going to head over to the No Name Bar in Cozumel, where Elizabeth on location used to hang out before she went back to work on the Maraviglia. But anyway, I'm going to go visit the folks over there at the No Name Bar tomorrow. So probably 12:30 or so, I'll pop into the No Name Bar in Cozumel and meet the folks. Speaking of Elizabeth, she just popped in. She says, hello. It's always good to see you. I have no idea if it will get anybody coming into the live stream tonight. I just decided I'd do one, talk a little bit about the seashore and what's been going on here for the last couple of days. It's been just an awesome cruise. There's Carol. Carol's with us. Hi, Carol. Good to see you. They're all waiting for me over at No Name. That's awesome. I will certainly be there as soon as I get done. I'll get the show over with and process it and hop on my little scooter and take off. What did you have for lunch, Chillie's Cruise? Well, Jason, I didn't. I stayed in my cabin until, I don't know, mid-afternoon, and decided I wanted to go get a little sun. Went up to the pool deck, sat out in the sun for a little while. I may have had an adult beverage, well, to be perfectly transparent about. As a matter of fact, I might have had two, come to think about it. But yeah, I just sat up in the sun. Never did eat lunch. Then I had an early dinner scheduled tonight. And this was the Italian night in the Tribeca restaurant. So I decided to go Italian. I had calamari, that's something that's fairly new for me, is to eat calamari. And then I had lasagna bolognese, and I had tiramisu for dessert. And when I took the pictures I forgot to take the tiramisu until I'd eaten half of it. So there's a picture of a half-eaten tiramisu when I get around to getting that posted. But yeah, it was the people. Everybody has had comments and thoughts about food on MSC ships because it's so different than Americans are used to. Is the bottom line of it. And I find the food on this ship as good as any I've ever been on. I have every meal so far that I've had has been just top notch. It's just been really good. The service has been superb. But then, let's face it, they're sailing at 20% capacity. So I mean, these guys are stumbling over themselves to try to find something to do. I understand that. But yeah, I mean, it's that's why everything's going so smoothly. I'm sure there's no crowd of people anywhere. The biggest crowd of people I've seen was up at the pool deck today because it was sunny and hot, and we've been freezing for days. So the pool deck was there was a nice crowd of people up there for that. So, but anyway, Jason, yep, I didn't have lunch, so. I want a lunch review at some point. I'm big on lunch. Okay. One of the things that is different about the seashore as opposed to what you're used to, particularly, Jason, on carnivals, they don't have an equivalence place to Guy's Burger Joint or the barbecue joint or even an equivalent to the taco stand up on Lido deck. they have a Mexican restaurant, but it's a specialty restaurant. It's not, included in the fare. They do have in the buffet burgers. I had a burger in the main dining room at lunch the one day I went to lunch. So, I mean, you can get a burger like if you're, I always eat a guy's burger joint when I'm on a Carnival ship. And the same thing if I'm on Norwegian, I always go to dive in, and I just like a burger at lunch. So they have their burgers here. You just have to go. It's a little different than that kind of thing. There's not as many restaurants included in the fare on MSC. I mean, there's the two main dining rooms, and then there are the marketplace, which is the buffet, and it is huge. I mean, it goes, it's 2/3 of the that would be, what is that, 16th floor. I mean, it's immense. Then they're only using a third of it, at that. So, but I'm finding the food at the buffet is just as good as, most main dining rooms. So, I like it. Elizabeth says, I'm so happy you are happy on there. I can't wait to get back to Meraviglia. Yeah, I don't know. I know what you're thinking. You just want to get out of jail and get back on a boat. So, yeah, I would be that way too. We're going to have a great time together. Yes, we will. I promise you that. So that's coming up in March, the middle of March. I'm going to be on the Meraviglia for back-to-back cruises. Can't remember the length of them. I've got too many booked in my head. You're going to stream from the No Name Bar? I'm going to try, Jason, but Elizabeth found some problems with doing that because of the signal. We'll see how it goes. I'll either do a live stream from there, or I might do a Facebook Live. The Facebook Lives that I popped in just done on the fly have gone really well. So I might try that. I mean, I'm still experimenting on a lot of this stuff, as you guys probably know. I was tempted tonight to do a hot tub live stream, but I passed on that. Actually, I don't really have the equipment to get in a hot tub. I'd be running a risk of, driving it in the water, and I'd be done. So I'm not gonna take that away from JJ Crew, because they become infamous for their hot tub lives. But anyway, I just wanted to chat with you a little bit. I am just thoroughly enjoying this ship. Of course, I enjoy every ship. Let's face it. To me, there's never a bad cruise, but this is clearly as good as any that I've been on. And especially the thing that I'm most impressed with is the staff. And I was the same way with Freedom. The staff was exceptionally. They were exceptional on Freedom of the Seas also. So I did have some interesting news from Hot Air Tom today. I am really concerned about Hot Air Tom. It seems that he failed on his bid to get a $225,000 Rembrandt painting from this outfit that he's on this boat with. And I think what happened was that he bid up too high, and Cindy cut him off. I think that's what really happened. But then, Hot Air Tom, he tries to skirt things around Robin Hood's barn. I think he's gotten trying to put the Rembrandt painting in his suitcase. So I haven't confirmed that yet, but it's strictly a rumor coming out of Celebrity Cruises. that Hot Air Tom is trying to get the Rembrandt off. Maybe that's so he can take care of all those 6 bombers that hit our shows every day. So one of these days, Hot Air Tom's gonna kill me. I realize that. Anyway, can you imagine the ship at full capacity? Yeah, that might change my opinion totally if everything was jam packed, crowded. All right, but I'm sitting here at the infinity pool at the back of the boat. There's this is the adult area. So you got the infinity pool. There's 1, 2, 3. I think there's 3 or 4 hot tubs. There's an ice cream stand, a big full ice cream stand, not like that little one I did up on earlier today, but a big full ice cream stand. And then there's a bar over there. And there's not a single, I take that back. There's 2 people over on the other side that I can see in the reflection. And you got one girl working the ice cream stand, one guy working the bar. And that's all that's up here in the infinity pool in the adult only area. Now, admittedly, it's dinner time, but still, I've had dinner. There were other people in the dining room early, and then you've got all the specialty restaurants here. As a matter of fact, right behind me is the outdoor part of the butcher's cut, which I went to last night, the steakhouse. There's plenty of specialty dining on this ship. If you are inclined to go for specialty dining, there's lots and it's good. I did the steakhouse last night. I'm going to do teppanyaki tomorrow. The guy throws knives at you and all that stuff. Since I'm not having to sit there with oxygen on now, as you guys have all noticed, I'll be able to go to a teppanyaki thing where it flames up. I couldn't do that if I had my oxygen going. Hell, I'd liable to explode. But I'm going to do teppanyaki tomorrow night. They had sushi all you could eat for like $33. I was tempted to do sushi tonight, but I was kind of hungry for Italian. So since the Tribeca main dining room was Italian night, I thought, yeah, let's just go for that. And I'm glad I did. The lasagna was superb, really, really good. Then this is I know I'm not supposed to call this an Italian boat, but it's Mediterranean boat. Juan Carlos Salvatore, how is the quality of the food in the main dining room? It's excellent. I've had main dining room all but one night. I've done one breakfast in main dining room. I did one lunch in main dining room. And I have not had anything that wasn't just absolutely fine. The closest thing to it, night before last, I decided to order a strip steak because I didn't know I was going to go do the big steak last night. So I ordered the strip steak, and it was a strip steak. It's the same thing. If you have strip steaks at home, you got to carve out the good part of the meat, because the strip steak itself, there's a band of fat and gristle around the outside of the good meat. That's what the way they cut them. Once I carved it off the same way I would if I did a strip steak at home on my grill, it was just absolutely delicious. And everything else I've had has been just top drawer. It's been really good. Thanks for asking, Juan. Do appreciate that. That's a name, by the way, I'm not familiar with. So welcome aboard. Glad to see you on the live stream. Those of you that aren't new, folks, I do a travel and cruise industry news show, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. I also do a podcast. It's the audio portion of the show, which you can get everywhere. that you get any kind of podcast, just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and you'll get the Old Fat Travel Guy. On Sundays, I do a show at 2 in the afternoon with amigo John up in Crookston, Minnesota, and amigo Martin over in England. And we talk about everything cruising. Anything you want to talk about, we'll talk about. Obviously, this past week, we talked about me being on cruises for the first time in 2 years. But then after that, at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is 9 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, Pete and Allison and I have the Cruising for Solos stream that we do. By the way, if any of you are not familiar, we've got a tremendous group cruise put together that sails May 23rd, 2023. So it's still a year and a couple months away from Athens, sailing the Greek Isles. And we're going to sell out. It's going quickly. We're up at 30. I didn't see the number today, but with the people that said that they booked today, we got to be 38, 39 cabins now, which is just awesome because we just started it, a week, 10 days ago. I'm going to definitely be on it. The other thing that I'm seriously considering doing, it's on Brilliance of the Seas. Brilliance of the Seas is stationed in Tampa, Florida, and does the transatlantic and gets into Civitavecchia, that's Rome, and then does a 7-day cruise from Rome to Athens, and then the Cruises for Solo group starts in Athens. I have not booked the transatlantic or the Civitavecchia cruise, but I'm considering seriously doing that as opposed to flying over to Athens. So Allison told me just a little while ago that she knows at least one of the ladies that's booked it from the States has booked the transatlantic and the Rome 7-nighter. So I may go ahead and do that since I at least know somebody else from the group is going to be there. We've got a bunch of people today that signed on from Texas. Looks like some really neat folks from Texas are going to join us. And we had a couple from New Zealand that's going. So we're getting just a tremendous group for our first effort at promoting a group cruise. Let's see. Jason says, go get some ice cream and talk. Yeah, well, I could do that, I guess. All you can eat sushi would be good. Yeah, I gave that some serious thought tonight. And had I not been in the main dining room last night, I really like the main dining room staff. I enjoy that. And they just all this immediately kind of adopted me. So, since I wasn't there last night doing the specialty dining, I said, well, I got to go tonight. So I passed on the all-you-can-eat sushi, but man, I'm going to check and see if they're going to do that again on this cruise. And then, of course, I got the Divina next week too. So, the Divina can't be that much different from Seashore. That's a little older ship, but not much older. Jason wants to know, Elizabeth, how was COVID jail bad? Chillie never going to sell on Carnival again. Oh, yes, I will. I'm waiting to get a bargain or come up with a decent solo package. But I'll never go totally away from Carnival. Jason, I'm like you. I was a Carnival guy for 40 years that I've been cruising Carnival. So Elizabeth said, COVID jail has been okay. Actually, I'm impressed. Just want to work after 23 months. Now I can understand that. Want to get back at it. And thankfully, Elizabeth has not been sick. She just tested positive and has had, very little symptoms or anything, but 20 days of quarantine by the time she gets out. That's a long quarantine. So I guess they're serious about that. Thankfully, I have 0 symptoms and feel great. So that's a good thing. So yeah, we're definitely looking forward to getting you back on the boat. There's cruising, Pete. Just talking about you, Pete. Your ears must have been burning. I was talking about the group cruise. By the way, I don't know. Did you get the final number today with the new bookings today? We got to be up there, 38, 39 cabins, something like that, Pete. I don't have the official number yet, but I saw where there's a bunch more people booked today. So Jason says, Carnival hates solo travelers. Just take someone with you. I like traveling. I like cruising solo, Jason. I really do. I don't miss out on anything, and the good parts of it I like better. The one thing, they had a solo meet for 2 nights, but it was when I had dinner. They didn't have that scheduled very well, and then the last 2 nights they haven't had it scheduled again. So I didn't get to go try to find the group. But then, I'm still trying to get used to cruising again. I'm still just getting my sea legs. It's been so long, and I'm so excited about it here. Don't get me wrong, but I'm fatiguing a lot more than I ever have in the past. Of course, then I've been through hell this last year, health-wise too. But yeah, I get a lot tireder than I did. I'm crashing a lot earlier at night. I may not sleep for crap, but I'm in bed. I got my feet propped up. I still get some swollen feet from. That's all started during chemo, and I still have issues with that. Of course, I take some, diuretic. As a matter of fact, it was bad enough last night. I'd usually take one a night, furosemide. It was bad enough last night that I took a second one this morning, which I can do if I feel I need to. I felt I needed to last night. So as a result, I have not been working out the way I should, the way I wanted to. But yeah, I'm still getting. I'm getting fatigued. A lot. This last year's taken a lot out of my sails. Doesn't mean I'm changing anything, because in time the strength's going to come back. It will. So I'm going to keep on trucking just like I always have. All right. Jason says, "See scooter legs. Laugh out loud. You'll be fine." Yeah. Well, it's about the truth. I mean, yeah, I do have the scooter, obviously, but still, you're not on the scooter all the time. So, and I'd love to be able to. I actually want to get up on a treadmill and actually walk some. That is going to help my breathing too. Pete says, as long as I'm not crashing the scooter. So far, no, I have not crashed the scooter. I have not run over anybody's toes, except I ran into the scooter myself in my cabin last night, and I probably broke a damn toe. The 4th toe. I'm pretty sure it's broken. But you can't do anything about a toe. You're not going to put it in a cast. It's not compound fracture or anything. It hurts like hell. Holy crap. Yeah, I was going from the I think I was sitting at the desk. I got up to go to the bathroom, and just I turned around, I kicked the damn scooter bigger than hell. So I probably broke a toe, but that's neither here nor there.
Let the toe heal. Yes, indeed, Jason. Maybe take a day off and rest. Well, I mean, I did a good bit of the afternoon today until I said, man, I got to go get the sun. I really didn't do a whole lot of work this afternoon after I processed the show today and got the podcast up, which, yeah, that takes me about an hour. But then I propped the feet up for a couple hours. I probably napped a little in there. But then I went upstairs to the 18 and got out in the sun a little bit. That was nice. If it's as nice tomorrow when I get back, maybe I'll dig the bathing suit out and make an effort at getting in one of the hot tubs. That would be nice. I do miss that. Or maybe the next morning. I mean, that was always my hot tub time. I used to do breakfast and then go get a Bloody Mary and get in the hot tub because there was never a crowd that early in the morning in the hot tubs. But we'll see. I mean, the other part of it, doing the 11 o'clock show every day, I got to get the show ready. All that new stuff doesn't just jump out of the computer at me. Yeah, I got to go find it. Yeah, Pete says, I agree. Make sure you have chili time. Well, yeah, I do. The chili time for me, though, is doing what I'd love to do. And that's doing my show, doing like this. I could be going to a show right now. Or I could be going to one of the bars and sitting and listening to music. I decided to do a live stream because, again, part of my whole thing now is trying to do things to keep building the Chillie Cruises channel. And so far, we're heading in the right direction. By the way, if any of you are new, don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell notification so you know when I go live or when something, a video gets posted. And we'll keep content coming your way on all facets of the travel and cruise industry day and night. Cruise Hive has most of them. Cruise Hive is one of my sources. Yes, I check on Cruise Hive every day. I check on 5, 7 sources like that around the world. And then I have to weed it out to what I feel is the best stories to use for the day, depending on my expected audience. Now we've got a growing audience in Europe, so I'm trying to add something European in every day. I haven't gotten to the point of trying to track European sailings like I do North American sailings. That would probably get a little cumbersome and a little hard for take up a lot of time if I was, talking about every cruise sailing, including the Europeans. But yeah, I'm trying to balance all that together to make good, honest, verifiable content. I'm never going to jump out and slam a rumor out there unless I tell you, in fact, it's a rumor and there's some reason that I'm using it on the show. So if I have a story, you can pretty much count on it. I've verified it. And then things like last night, which I talked about on the show today, our friend Sharon was telling me about some information on the crystal thing. It just wasn't making sense to me. And in fact, she was absolutely correct. And thankfully, she kept hammering at me, kicking me in the butt until I actually found that she was, in fact, absolutely correct. So, and that's the whole crystal thing. We haven't heard the end of that one. The collapse of Genting Hong Kong. That's awful. So I guess they were supposed to get to Bimini today. So hopefully those people are being ferried over to Fort Lauderdale so they can get on with their lives. Wow. What was the Crystal thing? Okay. Jason, the Genting Hong Kong bellied up. And they had 3 Crystal cruises sailing at the time. One has completely disembarked passengers. One in Antarctica disembarks on the 5th. And the World Cruise, they cut it back to like nothing. And they first were going to try to disembark them in Aruba. In the meantime, there was a arrest warrant for the boat issued by the district court in Florida. So they were trying to hide from the authorities so they wouldn't be served and probably strip as much of the value out of the ship as they could. It's just been a mess. In the meantime, especially the people that were on the World Cruise, they're probably losing the money. And that's a lot of money. But anyway, one of the Regent 7 Seas, I don't remember I don't have it in front of me tonight, but another boat had volunteered to take some of the passengers. The first thing I said was, wait a minute, where's the money coming from for this? They're not going to do that out of their heart. And these people aren't going to pay us for another cruise. They've been screwed by Crystal. So that's where I disagreed with what Sharon was telling me. And in fact, that was exactly what happened. There's a number of people around the world that are trying to help these folks out that were on the Crystal ship. So hopefully they got in to Bimini and were ferried to Fort Lauderdale so they can get home and then worry about the legal ramifications and the money, after they get home. I thought Sharon had some other information. That was the information she had that I didn't understand and didn't agree with, was another cruise ship that was trying to meet them in Aruba and take some of the passengers on board on with their cruise. And in fact, that's what they were going to do. Only the authorities in Aruba wouldn't let the Crystal ship land. So it was not allowed into port, probably from not paying port fees or one of those things. And they said, no, you can't come in here. You don't have the money, So anyway, that's what that was all about. And Sharon was totally right in what she had sent to me, and I said that I didn't understand that, didn't agree with it when I first said what she had told me. Then, so I had to bite the bullet and say, hey, I was wrong. So, and I have no problem with doing that. When I make a mistake, boy, I don't mind telling you about it either. From a luxury ship to a ferry. Yeah, isn't that the truth? That's the sad part. You have better eyesight than me, Jason, Pete said. Hopefully they used a credit card. I'm sure they did. But, somebody's going to bite the bullet somewhere along the way on this one. Jason says the measles ship is docked in Aruba. Thanks, Joe Rogan. Yeah, and that's the truth. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for tonight. So I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock with travel and cruise industry news, live and obnoxious as always. So, excuse me, my throat's going. And I don't have an adult beverage here tonight. That's the part that's bad. I got to go get a cocktail. All right, guys. Thanks for being with me. I hope you enjoyed this silliness. We'll probably do it in another day or two. So just, keep your ears open and
maybe I'll do a live stream tomorrow from the No Name. That would be fun if I can get a signal to do it. But we'll see what happens. All right, guys. You guys have a terrific evening. As always, stay safe. Wear your mask. Think about cruising, and hopefully we'll all meet on the high seas one of these days soon. You guys have a great night. This is the old fat travel guy. Later, y'all.